Hi everyone! Today we're going to be talking about visiting Italy for the first time.
What to do and what not to do. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, I'm Rick.
And hi, I'm Andrea.
And today we're going to be talking about how to make the most out of your trip to Italy.
Exactly. What to do and what not to do to get the best experience.
Right, exactly. So, I think, what would we say is an ideal first trip to Italy? Like, how long would that be?
Well, in my opinion, the first trip to Italy should be at least 14 days. But keep in mind one very important thing. You cannot visit everything in one shot. You cannot visit Cinque Terre and Rome and the Leaning Tower and the Amalfi Coast and Venice and Rome in one single day, trip. Even
Right.
for Italians, it's impossible.
It becomes very, very tiring. So today we want to talk about what we call our 3-2-1 method.
Exactly.
All you have to do, if you're visiting Italy, all you have to do is think about 3-2-1.
Correct.
So let's dig in. What's the 3-2-1 method?
So basically, you should spend 3 days in big city, 2 days in smaller city or countryside, and one day traveling in between.
That's a great idea. So like this, you can actually turn your vacation into a math formula and figure out exactly what you want to see and how long you need to go for.
Exactly. So let's say they want to see Venice, Rome, and Florence with this method.
So Rome is a big city,
Yes.
for sure.
At least 3 days,
Right.
minimum.
And Florence.
2 days, it's a good amount of time. 3 is better.
Mm-hmm. And Venice.
Again, 2 days is good for Venice. There's a lot to see, but it's not very big, so you can walk pretty much everywhere.
So 3, 6, 8 days.
And
the
2 days
cities.
in between.
So that's 10 days.
Exactly.
There you go, you see. And if you wanted to add another city, such as
Milan,
Mhm.
for example. 2 days is good, even if it's a big city, there's not a ton to see.
Mm.
Or maybe 2 days in Tuscany, or 2 days in the Cinque Terre.
Mhm.
So with that method, you will not be extremely exhausted at the end of your trip. Because that's the other point. There's no point of going to Rome and being so tired that you cannot see anything because you are traveling like a maniac.
and you're going to forget.
Exactly.
It's guaranteed you're going to forget. So definitely consider the 3-2-1 method and then take that from there.
Another thing I would like to suggest is when you go to some cities, book a tour, like maybe a tour guide, or maybe even a free tour guide. There's tons of those at the moment. Because this way you can actually see stuff that is important and skip the non-important stuff.
That's right. You know, Andrea is fantastic at doing research and learning about all of the things to see and do in every country. Even when we travel in Italy, he's always looking. But you know, when it comes to these specific areas, like for instance, we had tour guides in Rome already. We've had tour guides in Pompeii, and we've had tour guides in other places in the world.
Venice.
And that's right, Louisella, of course. So it's important, you know, to be able to take these opportunities, because how often do you get to visit Italy?
Exactly. So maybe do some research, check for like free tour or like tour guides in general, and follow a tour. This way you will not miss anything.
That's right.
Another very important thing, if you're planning on seeing museums or art galleries or Roman artifacts or all this kind of stuff, keep in mind sometimes they're like swamped with people. So book your ticket in advance. And maybe spend the extra couple of dollars to do the skip the line, because sometimes you can spend like hours in line and you miss everything.
And also, a lot of cities do night tours as well.
Exactly, that's a very good idea.
While everybody else is out for dinner,
yeah, exactly.
you can visit. We visited the Vatican once at night.
Yes, we did that.
There was a quarter of the people, and I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about
A normal year.
A normal year. We saw the Colosseum with my mom and Doug. We got to see the Colosseum. Again, a quarter of the people.
Exactly, because the night tour, first of all, they only do an X amount of people. They only allow an X amount of people inside at night. And second, most people don't want to go at night. So there's way less people and you get a much better experience.
Exactly. Another thing you need to do is eat the local food. Now, you guys might be wondering, what is this t-shirt I'm wearing? Well, we live in Modena, Italy, And the local food here is gnocco fritto. During the lockdown time, you may have remembered that we created a video about how to make gnocco fritto.
Yeah, we'll put the link up here.
Now, has anybody actually seen it and made the gnocco fritto yet?
I know someone did because sent me a message.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool. Well, if you haven't made it yet, this is the perfect time to make it. It is going to change the world. It's going to change your life.
Exactly. And if you don't know where to go to eat like locals, ask locals. Don't ask the concierge at the hotel. Most of the time, hotel concierge, they send you to the safest restaurant because they know people don't want to try new things. No, ask the locals. Ask the newsstand guy or ask the lady that you see on the street that is going grocery shopping, and they will tell you where they eat. And usually those restaurants are very affordable and very good.
And use the word trattoria.
Oh yeah,
trattoria is probably the best word to ask a local for what to eat.
Exactly. Those are not expensive. They're very simple and I would say rustic.
They're rustic,
but they're very, very good.
Yeah, because the best Italian restaurants are not the Michelin star restaurants. They're the ones that are made by grandma.
Yes, they're rustic. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with a Michelin star restaurant. No. But if you want to have the true Italian experience, you have to go to the local place.
That's right. Exactly.
Yep.
What else? Prepaid SIM cards.
Yes, that's another very good tip.
Yes. So, if your cellular phone provider is still stuck in the 90s and charges a fortune for roaming, you can buy a SIM card here for 10, 20 euros. It'll be good for the month. All you can eat data.
Yeah, and phone calls and whatever.
Within each other.
Yeah.
Between each other.
Usually they're pretty cheap. They're called prepaid SIM card. You can buy them in every local cell phone store. They're very cheap. And another thing here, hotel Wi-Fi sometimes are good, sometimes are like, yeah, just because buildings are built in 300 years ago.
And the walls are like that thick. Like, I'm not joking.
So the Wi-Fi signal doesn't travel very well.
That's right.
So a prepaid SIM card is the way to go. They're simple, they're affordable, and you can find them pretty much everywhere.
That's right.
Yep.
And consider learning a few Italian words.
Exactly.
Buongiorno.
Grazie.
Yes, actually, grazie will take you quite far. Actually, saying thank you to anyone, anywhere in the world, will take you far.
Will take you very far. But yeah, if you know a couple of Italians, especially the older generation, do not speak a lot of English, and I'm very, very kind.
No, they don't speak English at all. However, the younger generation, the internet generation, thankfully, they embrace English and they want to speak English. One thing that I noticed as a Canadian living in Italy is that here in Italy, a lot of people want to speak English, and I keep wanting to speak Italian because I have to keep practicing my Italian. So it's really funny. I'll be speaking in my broken Italian, and then they'll be responding to me in their broken English. At the beginning, it was really strange to me.
Well, as long as we understand each other, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
No, guys. Maybe use your translator on your phone or something, but try to speak Italian, and you'll get a much better experience. Even though Italians are very helpful, if they understand you are not speaking Italian and they don't speak English, they try to help you as much as they can. But yeah, you might have some challenges.
Yeah. And one thing you might want to try is an application called Duolingo.
Oh yeah.
And Duolingo is completely free. And you can download it for your iPhone, your other smartphone,
your iPad.
You can even use your computer, actually. And it's a free application. They have some paid upgrades, which is fine, but the free version, just 10 minutes a day.
You can learn the basics.
Yeah, exactly, and it's surprising. We both use it.
Yeah.
Every day, he learns
Spanish.
I'm learning Italian.
Yeah, exactly.
Every day for about an hour, we continue to do that, and it's very helpful. So
another piece of advice when you travel to Italy, but any country in general, do some research. Do some research in advance. Plan what you want to see, because you have a limited amount of time, and you don't want to miss the important stuff.
Now, we're not talking about having a schedule.
No.
Like at 9:01 we're doing this, and at 10:17 we're doing that. But pick 2 or 3 big things to see in a day.
Exactly, and make sure you see those while you're traveling.
Yep.
And yeah, that would make you a much better experience, and you will be sure that you don't miss anything.
One of the things that I really love are those scooters, for
Oh,
instance.
yeah.
The scooters are a lot of fun. However, they're great on paved roads. If you see those little square
stones,
maybe it's better to walk.
or take a bike tour.
Or take a bike tour. A bike tour is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and,
Segway tour is another fun.
Oh, Segway tours are so much fun. And they're easy. They give you a lesson for like 45 minutes in advance, like at the beginning, so that you get used to it. But they're really not hard to do, and they're so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and these are the things that you remember forever.
Exactly.
Because when you come to Italy for the first time, you really want to have a good memory of your trip. You don't want to remember all of the fast, running here to there to here to there. You don't want to remember your trip as a running trip.
Exactly. And another thing, there's nothing more disappointing than going back home and someone asks you, did you see this? And you said, no, I didn't. That's really, really bad. So plan in advance what you want to see and make sure you see those things.
That's right. And one last travel tip. If you guys want for some information about Italy, you can actually join our Facebook group called Travel Addicts Life.
Exactly. There's a lot of information about Italy there. And very simple.
That's right.
Information.
Exactly. So you can ask your question there, or ask the questions in our comments below.
Yeah, exactly. Leave a comment and we'll be more than happy to reply.
Speaking of which, folks, we are in the race to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm happy to say we are
half the way there.
That is so cool.
Yes, it's very cool.
So guys, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. If you like what we're doing and you like our messages, help us out.
Subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll be very happy.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. See ya.